Hey there, we're taking a look at Lost in Random running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now, Lost in Random is pretty much just this really fun 3D adventure game that recently actually got added on to the EA Access subscription service. So if you actually have the Xbox Game Pass or you directly yourself have the EA Access thing, you're going to be pretty much able to play this. And it's surprisingly very fun. And I was very curious to see how it actually run on here because this is a art style that I think lends itself well to running on lower settings. But a lot of the times these like lower budget, more indie type games being made by smaller studios tend to not be the most optimized. And here we actually have the game running at 1080p with the lowest graphical in-game settings. And the game still looks very nice. I think that its art style really lends itself well to these lower settings. But the performance that we're getting at 1080p, and this is at 25 watts, is pretty much a 30 FPS experience for the most part, which is not bad. Overall, this was very enjoyable, and I think that for a budget laptop like this, being able to actually play a game that's relatively new, I mean, this was released last September, and being able to actually play it on here and at least get 30 FPS. And the big benefit is that it's consistent. What a lot of the times people confuse with low FPS is just having inconsistent FPS, where you have these massive fluctuations that really dip down into low numbers. When you have an experience like this, where it's mostly just going to do everything possible to keep it at 30 FPS, you're putting yourself into a position where you're going to pretty much enjoy the game if it's good enough and the controls don't really require you to have like super high precision or movement or anything like that. Like, this is a relatively chill game and you're going to be able to actually play pretty much through most of it on here perfectly fine. I mean, I'm not like super into the game or anything like that. I did play for a few hours and I've actually been playing it a bit of it actually on my main PC, but so far I haven't encountered anything that I think would make running this on this chip be way worse than what you're already seeing right now. And again, this is at 1080p. If we drop the resolution down to 720p, we can actually net a pretty nice performance uplift. So with the target in-game resolution pretty much set to 720p, we can actually get closer to a 60 FPS gaming experience here. Now the 1% lows are going to be in the 40s and the average is going to be in the 60s. And you'll see that the frame times are still very smooth. They're going to be very consistent. It's still going to be a very enjoyable experience to play the game like this. So really, you can't go wrong with 1080p or 720p. You will see occasionally moments of stutter here and there, but it's nothing that's going to be detrimental to the gaming experience, and it all levels out as things progress. Overall, I'm very happy to see how this is performing on here. Again, the art style lends itself to lower resolution and lower quality settings, so there's no problems there in terms of the visuals, and overall the way that it's performing is going to be enjoyable for pretty much anyone that wants to play this style of game, and I actually had a lot of fun playing it. So check out the game if it interests you. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.